Homestead white uniforms. They've got blue Spartans across the front, yellow numbers front and back with blue trim. Meanwhile, for Southside, they go with a black jersey, green numbers, and white trim. Timberlake Johnson's going to jump it up against Mac Welker. Our officials are ready. The crowd's ready. And a Friday night of high school hoops is underway, and the tip controlled by the Homestead Spartans. We are up in the corner here at Huntington North, and Homestead brings the ball into our end of the floor, where it is Jake Kuhlman holding the ball, high left corner of the half court. Kuhlman takes it to the arc. Now outside, Welker swings it to the right. Immel, Kuhlman, Weaver back to Kuhlman up top. Immel, he steps in, fires, and too strong on the three. Long rebound chased down by Homestead. Kuhlman, Weaver to Immel. They'll bounce it on the right wing to McNeese. Now back around the horn. Kuhlman thought about the three. Instead, throws it in the middle of the paint to McNeese. Kick out to Immel up top. Weaver gives it to Kuhlman. Kuhlman through McNeese. Immel will give it up to Weaver. Middle of the lane. It goes to McNeese outside. The extra pass in the corner. Kuhlman triggers, and he's short on the three with the left hand. And the rebound goes to Southside. Over 1 minute of solid defense by the Archers on the first possession. And now Southside in the front court. Javon Irby up on the wing to Wallace. Up top to Alexander. Back on the right wing, Irby. Homestead man-to-man defense. Wallace outside the circle. And an offensive foul is called away from the ball on J.T. Timberlake Johnson. Early foul on Timberlake Johnson of Southside. It will turn the ball over to Homestead. Still scoreless. 1.5 minutes into play. The lower the score, the bigger the advantage for the Spartans. Pass down low, and Timberlake Johnson goes up and snags it. He'll drive. He'll take it all the way to the other end and miss the layup. Rebound tipped. It goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by Mac Welker of Homestead. Southside will inbound under their basket. 6:14 to play. We're in the first quarter, and we are scoreless between Southside and Homestead. Archers inbounding into the corner to Irby. Shot fake, baseline drive. Oh, a nice step through for Irby, and he puts it in over McNeese. 2-0 Southside strikes first. Now some full court pressure. And Welker runs the point, and the Spartans get the ball in the front court. Kuhlman gives it to Immel. Ryder Immel to Kuhlman. He'll step outside, high left angle, and then throw across to the right. In the corner, Welker. Low post feed to McNeese. A skip outside to Immel. Can't shoot it. Kuhlman gives it to Weaver. Weaver between the circles. Deep left wing to Immel. Back up top. Weaver right side now to Welker. Corner, it's Immel. Up top to Kuhlman. Back in the corner. Immel's the man open. Bullseye from three. Ryder Immel, a 43% three-point shooter, and it's a 3-2 Homestead lead. Javon Irby will slow it down for the Archers. Right wing to Alexander. Wallace up top. Irby right wing. He drives, gets double teamed on the baseline. Now up on the wing to Wallace. A skip pass. It's an open shot. And the three, no good by Alexander. Battle for the rebound. McNeese pulls it away for Homestead. 3-2 Spartans. 4:45 clock runs opening quarter. And again, Homestead spacing the floor. Kuhlman, Welker, right wing to Weaver, and a pass to Welker goes right off Welker's hands. McNeese goes down to grab it, and a timeout is called by Chris Johnson off the Homestead bench. So we've got a timeout, 4:28 to play. Quarter number one, 3-2. Spartans leading it over the Archers. It's high school basketball presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 4:28 remaining opening quarter. Homestead a 3-2 lead and inbounding under the basket. They'll throw up high half court where it is Immel. Now Kuhlman, wide open. Welker, right corner three is true. Nothing but the twine for Mac Welker from outside the three-point line. Welker, 31% of the season, makes it 6-2 Homestead halfway through the first quarter. Southside front court with Javon Irby between the circles. High right wing to Sandoval. Up top, Alexander. Alexander gives to a cutting Irby in the lane. Outside, it is Sandoval. Fires a three. No. Offensive rebound and a putback by Timberlake Johnson, and he's swatted, but there's body contact, and they're going to call the foul. And it looks like Mac Welker's picked up the foul. First foul on Homestead, and to the line, JT Timberlake Johnson, a 6'1 senior. A high flyer, very athletic, 11 points a game, but only a 60% free throw shooter. But that one nothing but net on attempt number 1, cutting the Homestead lead to 6-3. JT eyes it, flips it, and got it. Never touched iron on his 2 free throws. 6-4 game. Homestead the lead and the ball, full court pressure. Homestead works it around, 3 players playing catch, and finally across the timeline just before the 10 count. Spartans will take their time offensively. Weaver, high half court, where it is Braylon at McNeese who has checked in. Now it's Kuhlman between the circles. Left wing, Emmel, corner to McNeese. Oh, a weak pound on the wing, but he got it there. Emmel to Kuhlman. Corner. It's Weaver for 3. Another one. 3 triples for the Spartans. They lead it 9-4. Just over 3 minutes left first quarter. Front court, south side. Alexander, pull up inside the left elbow, and he hits it from 12 feet. Kendrick Alexander makes it 9-6. 2:45. Clock is running, opening quarter. Kuhlman in the lane to Welker. Shot fake, drive, puts it up, didn't get it, but a foul on Southside will put Mac Welker to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Homestead Spartans. 69% of the season at the charity stripe for the Homestead 6'7 junior. First free throw up and short. Front rim for Mac Welker. Score remains 9-6. He'll have one more chance. 2:38 remaining in quarter number 1 from Huntington North High School. Second free throw's a swish for Welker. Welker with 4 points and a 10-6 4-point lead for the Spartans. Irby in the corner, Sandoval, turn and fire, got it! Josh Sandoval from downtown, right corner. 36% of the season from out there for Sandoval, and it's a 1-point game. Homestead front court. Immel to Weaver, up top to Kuhlman. Jake Kuhlman on the dribble. Southside man-to-man, and a little reach-in from Corte Wallace will be a foul on Wallace. Didn't get a lot, but when you reach in, you better make it clean, and he got just a little bit of the forearm of Jake Kuhlman, who was dribbling near the center circle. And that's the only thing that's the issue, is fouling that far from the basket. Homestead around the horn quickly. It goes to the right wing to McNeese. Beating the post. Welker works. Low block against Irby. Turns into the lane, and you got an armbar called on Irby. Javon Irby not happy. He put the armbar into the back of Welker as Welker backed down on him. And the official called a very quick foul. Get away with that in college. Second foul on Irby, and that could be a concern for J.J. Foster. Irby, one of the top scorers for Southside at 13 points per game. Here's an open drive to the basket. McNeese, shot fake and lays it in. Braylon McNeese makes it 12-9, a 3-point lead for Sparty. Now you've got Wallace, baseline drive, kick to the far corner, Irby, shot fake and drive, he'll skip it to Sandoval. He didn't get the shot up. Up top, Alexander thought better of it, and now it's Wallace left wing. Between the circles to Alexander. Alexander to the right elbow. Drops it outside to Irby, and they're going to call him for a travel. Javon Irby not getting the calls here early, and I think J.J. Foster is going to replace him with his 2 fouls. Into the game comes Vincent Wynn, a 6'1 junior, and it will be Javon Irby sitting down with 1:08 remaining in the opening quarter, and the Spartans up 12-9 with the basketball. Man-to-man, full-court pressure. Oh, a bad pass in the backcourt. Homestead's able to retrieve it. Another touch foul called against Southside. That's the 5th foul whistled against the Archers. Homestead with just 1 first-quarter foul. And so we will have 2 free throws coming for Homestead. The foul, the first on Josh Sandoval. And the free throw shooter is going to be Ryder Immel. 74% on the season. He's got 2 attempts. With 1:01 on the clock, quarter number 1, Homestead leading it 12-9. The sophomores first, no good. Homestead, a 65% free throw shooting team as a unit. Second one, swish. They've split their 4 tries so far in the game. Last minute, opening quarter, 13-9, Spartans. Up top, Alexander. Step back, doesn't shoot. Gives it off instead to Wynn. Up top to Wallace. Gives to Sandoval, coming off a screen, and Sandoval again from downtown. Another 3 for Josh Sandoval, and it's a 13-12, 1-point Homestead lead. Last 35 seconds of quarter number 1. Homestead front court with Kuhlman, center circle on the big H. Dribbles to the right wing, behind the back, now drives down the lane, floats it up with the left hand, and it softly nestles through for Jake Kuhlman. 15-12, 15 seconds. Wallace, high left wing, we're down to 10. Now he's going to center the floor with 8. 6 seconds, Wallace. Between the legs with 3. Gives it outside, and Sandoval, a quick trigger. His 3 will drop in at the buzzer. The 3rd triple of the opening quarter for Josh Sandoval. The bucket counts, and after 1, 15-12, Spartans leading it, or 15 all Spartans leading it over the Southside Archers. Took them a long time to put the bucket up. 15-15 after 1. Our second quarter comes up next. You're listening to the Class 4A Huntington North Sectional Semi-Finals, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Southside starts the second quarter with the ball and a good pick and roll. They feed down low to Vincent Wynn, who lays it in, and Southside is in front. Homestead has led almost the entire game since Southside took a 2-0 advantage. Homestead answered that with a 3, and from that point forward, Homestead had the first quarter lead, but a 3-pointer at the buzzer and a first possession layup, and now Southside with a quick 5 has made it 17-15. Homestead front court. Weaver gives to Kuhlman. Kuhlman, high left side to McNeese, or to Immel. Now Kuhlman. Kuhlman from the elbow outside, gives it to Welker. He'll fire a 3 and drop it in. A soft bounce off the heel. It just died and rolled in. And that gives the Spartans the lead, and a quick 3 for Sandoval on a heat check. He missed it. Rebound Homestead. Spartans up by 1 a minute into our second quarter. Immel, left wing, wouldn't pull the trigger. And the ball poked away. Now it's free. Immel and Sandoval tying it up, and the arrow is going to give it to Homestead. 6:44 to play, quarter number 2. Spartans 18, Southside 17. Homestead inbounds. Weaver sends it into the backcourt, where McNeese will hand it to Kuhlman. Jake Kuhlman dribbles to the right angle. Now throws back up top. Weaver, McNeese outside Immel to Weaver, and now to Kuhlman. And away from the ball, we got a battle going down low. And Vincent Wynn has just picked up a foul down in the low block, trying to defend Mac Welker at the low block. First foul on Wynn, and the first foul of our second quarter. 6:30 remains before halftime. 18-17. The inbound Kuhlman, left corner. Up on the wing, McNeese up top to Immel. His trigger on the three. No, it went up and caught the support wiring, and that will give it to Southside. The high bounce off the rim, straight up in the air. And there's a wire and a ribbon that helped to support the basket. And so once the ball hit that, it's dead, just like it went out of bounds. Southside gets it. Just over 6 minutes left before halftime. Irby, left corner, three on the way. No good. Long rebound taken by McNeese of Homestead. Giving the backcourt to Kuhlman. Spartans leading it by 1. We tick down to exactly 6 minutes left, second quarter. On the perimeter, Immel to Weaver. Back to Immel. Immel, high right wing. Weaver rotates it down the left side. It's Welker in the corner. His three, no. Offensive rebound to McNeese. Top of the key. A triple on the way for Kuhlman. Left it way short and left, but a long rebound goes to Kuhlman. He'll drive, try to get the shot up, and it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Southside. Southside fans not happy about it. Thought it went off Kuhlman. No replay, so it will belong to Homestead under the basket with 5:39 on the clock. 1 point lead. They inbound to Welker down low from the right block. He'll lay it in, and a 3-point lead for Homestead. 20-17. Quick three. Sandoval lifted short. Offensive rebound Irby. Put back good. And a foul. The late whistle on the rebound reverse putback by Javon Irby. The foul is going to be on Braylon McNeese of Homestead. It's going to put Javon Irby to the free throw line with a chance to tie up the game.
Javon will be at the line, shooting 1.
Irby eyes it, flips it, and connects it. Irby 70% of the season at the free throw line. So with 5:27 remaining second quarter, we're still knotted up at 20 apiece between Southside and Homestead. Game 1 of 2 from Huntington North tonight. Spartans into the front court. Kuhlman high left. He'll throw it right side. 30 feet from the basket to Weaver. Now Kuhlman takes it from the mid logo. Weaver, he'll replace him in the center circle, and then Kuhlman will come and take it. A cutter in the lane is Weaver. He'll pivot, put up a jump hook, got the bucket and contact. Mac Welker with the bucket. Welker with the turnaround jump hook on the reverse pivot. Fouled in the process, and he's got a chance to complete a 3-point play with 5:01 remaining second quarter. And does. 23-20. Spartans leading it over Southside. Corte Wallace will check back into the game. Vincent Wynn will sit down for J.J. Foster and the Southside Archers. Alexander up top to Timberlake Johnson. Now to Irby. Javon Irby sends it right wing to Alexander. Steps back, throws in the corner. Corte Wallace. He and Irby occupying the same space over there. Now they'll throw the pass up top, where Tavion Morrow sends it to Alexander, and he drops in a three. Tavion Alexander from distance ties it up 23-23. 4.5 left in the second. Kuhlman on the dribble. Still works the dribble midcourt. Now to the left wing. to Weaver. Weaver drives, kicks in the corner. Immel up on the wing to Kuhlman. To McNeese. Now Kuhlman between the circles. Right wing. It's Immel firing, and he missed the three. Battle for the rebound goes to Southside. Archer's a chance to lead. We're tied at 23. Irby, right wing. Up top, Timberlake Johnson. Outside, here goes Morrow. Kick in the corner to Alexander. He gets by one and then goes to skip it across the court. It's deflected by Kuhlman and retrieved by McNeese. Homestead gets the ball after the Southside turnover. We're still tied 23 all. Welker inside. Good spin move. Put it up with a finger over the left hand and left it short. Rebound to Southside. Here goes Irby down the lane. Dropped it off underneath to Wallace. Outside to Timberlake Johnson. He will drive. He'll get double teamed, and a reach-in foul's called on Homestead. Second foul of the quarter with 3:27 to play. 23-23. Southside will inbound under the basket. Wallace, right block, puts it up, left it short. Rebound tipped out to Timberlake Johnson, and then stripping it right out of his hands is Kuhlman. Kuhlman brings it front court, drives, big collision, no whistle, offensive rebound, Walker, and on the putback, there is a foul. Boy, Kuhlman drove to the basket. It was like pinball. He was just bouncing off Archer after Archer and never had a whistle. But when he threw it up to the rim, he gave Welker a chance. And Welker went up, collected it, tried to put it up and in, and got fouled. So he'll go to the line to shoot two. Welker, a 6'7" junior. Breaks the tie. It's 24-23. He'll have one more chance at the foul line to add another point to the Homestead lead.
Alexander returns for the Archers.
3 minutes, 11 seconds of basketball left in our first half. It's been a battle between Homestead and Southside. Welker good on the second, 2-point advantage. And Vincent Wynn has come back in for Timberlake Johnson for the Southside Archers. Southside down by 2, 25-23 front court. It's Irby on the bounce to Alexander, right wing, top of the key. Wallace sends it to his right to Wynn. Sandoval rotates it. Irby to the corner to Wallace, on the wing to Alexander. He drives, double teamed, and it's a tie-up. The arrow points to Southside. They'll keep possession.
Possession out of bounds to the Archers.
Collapsing defense just closed in that time and forced the tie-up. But Southside will inbound it, down by 2, 2:52 in the second quarter. Wynn up top, Irby, right wing Sandoval. Couple of fakes. Now he dribbles to the foul line. Outside finds Wallace. Wallace just run over by McNeese on the three-point attempt. He didn't get the shot to go, but it'll be 3 free throws for Corte Wallace.
Number 32.
Wallace at the line, 69% on the season. His team down 2, but he's got 3 attempts, and the first one draws them to within 1. 25-24. The second of 3 could tie it up. Wallace flips it with the right hand and missed it. So he's made one of the first 2. Now he'll have the third that could tie the game with 2:43 still left first half. And he got it. So just like his percentage, 69% of the season, he makes 2 of 3 at the line. And it's 25-25, all knotted up. 2.5 minutes left before we reach break. Kuhlman, right wing to Weaver. Down low, it is Welker. Back to the basket, they'll double him. He looks outside, and McNeese, top of the key. Now to Kuhlman, right side, coming off a screen. Immel, extra pass McNeese. He'll throw it in the corner to Weaver, and Weaver's 3 is too strong. Rebound to Wallace. Lead pass to Irby. Irby, the crossover, and good defense by McNeese to challenge the shot. It's errant, and the rebound goes to Homestead. Kuhlman We go under 2 minutes left in the first half, tied at 25. Homestead front court. Immel, right wing to Coleman. Up top to Immel. Now on the right wing, Welker. Welker, shot fake. He'll drive all the way down the lane to the basket. Missed the layup. Guy at 6'7" going down the lane, and he used the right hand to put up that finger roll through the contact. Got to make that basket. That's one of those where you get in the gym and you just build up enough upper body strength so you're ready to make that next year, or especially once you get to college. At the line, Welker missed the first. We're still tied 25 apiece. Minute 44 on the clock. A fast-moving first semifinal. Wayne versus Huntington North, our nightcap. Welker looks for the lead. Free throws up. Good. Homestead up 26-25. Last buck and 3/4 of the first half here at Huntington. Alexander, top of the key to Timberlake Johnson. Now Sandoval, high right wing. Wallace cuts to the top of the key, and in the corner finds Wynn. His three is no good, and the rebound taken by McNeese of Homestead. Minute 22, Homestead front court with a 1-point lead. Weaver, left wing to Coleman. Up top, Immel. Left wing, it's McNeese. Now Immel throws right side to Coleman. Down to minute 5. Left wing, McNeese. Coleman will take it just outside the center circle. Throws to the wing to McNeese. Welker really battling down low with Wynn. But the Spartans still working the ball around the perimeter. They lead it by 1. 45 seconds left in the first half. Now Coleman, high left corner of the half court. We're down to 36 seconds. Coleman takes it across left to right, following the center court stripe. He'll give it off to Immel. Immel centers it, right wing to McNeese, up top to Immel. Now Coleman has it, high left, 22 seconds. Homestead has milked a ton of time here with a 1-point lead. Immel with 13, it's Coleman. Coleman outside to Immel with 10. Now Welker between the circles with 8. Welker behind the back and a bad dribble. He lost it. Turnover. And Southside with a chance. A Sandoval 3. And he didn't get it, but he got fouled on the shot. The second time the Spartans have fouled a Southside 3-point shooter. And with no time on the clock, we believe the officials are coming over to the scorekeeper. We know there's 3 free throws coming, but is there any time left? 3/10 of a second is put on the board. Southside down by 1 gets fouled on a buzzer-beating 3-point attempt by Josh Sandoval. And now Sandoval, an 80% free throw shooter, is going to have 3 free throws to decide our halftime score. Sandoval, a 5'10 junior. Averages 9 points a game, and the first one to tie it, nothing but net. Tied at 26. Second one. No, he didn't get the second. One more that could give Southside a 1-point lead. Sandoval puts it on its way and got it. It's a 1-point Southside lead, 3/10, and it's Coleman just heaving it well short from three-quarter court. And the teams go to the locker room, and once again, Homestead controls the lead for most of the quarter, but it's Southside that has the lead when it matters. They go to the locker room, and it's Southside 27, Homestead 26. We're going to take a break, and we are going to come back here at Huntington North we'll save our commissioner's corner until between games. But here at halftime of game 1 of the 4A sectional semifinals, the Southside Archers are leading it 27-26. Quick reminder that coming up tonight, we are going to be at the Coventry Pizza Hut with our final edition of the Parkview Sports Medicine High School Basketball postgame show, live at the Coventry Pizza Hut. Come on out and join us. Remember, they've got salad bar, you've got wings, you've got pasta, and of course, all your favorite pizza, including the incredible New Yorker. Make sure you get your orders in and join us after the games tonight. Adam Lundy, Eric Dukevich, and me when I can make the trip down Highway 24 to get to Coventry. But we will take you up until 10:30, and then we hand the baton to Bob Lovell, the coach, who is going to host Indiana Sports Talk tonight from 10:30 until midnight. So it's all coming up, a big night of high school basketball right here on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Well, before we get to break, once again, our halftime score, Southside leads at 27-26 over the Homestead Spartans. You are listening to Class 4A sectional basketball from Huntington North, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. A little over a minute 10 into our third quarter, and so far the score has remained 27-26. Southside with the ball. Down low, Cordy Wallace sends it outside to Sandoval. Gives it up to Alexander. Alexander, center circle for the Archers. They will shoot in the basket beneath me. I'm high in the second level in the corner. Here's a drive, Sandoval. Good cut and a pass down low. Vincent missed the layup. Vincent Wynn had the layup and missed it. The ball knocked out of bounds, but it stays Southside ball. McNeese for McNeese as Braylon replaces Brogan.
Archers ball.
Inbound Southside. 1 point lead for the Archers and a quick trigger for Corte Wallace. No good. And McNeese will pull down the rebound for Homestead. Sparty down by 1, 27-26. We have played a minute 45 here in the second half. Kuhlman, left wing to Immel, and Kuhlman gets the return pass. Good head and shoulder fake. Everybody flew by, and then Kuhlman lays it sweetly off the square, and it's 28-27 Homestead. Down low, right block, Wynn outside. Wallace hands to Sandoval. Sandoval picked up by Mason Weaver. So Sandoval gives it up. Alexander from the H at midcourt. Dribbles left, now throws near corner. Timberlake Johnson drives, spins, had it stripped away, and the Spartans come away with it. 1 point lead for Homestead. Spartans front court with Kuhlman stopping at the right wing. Between the circles to McNeese, and away from the ball, you've got too much war going on in the low block between Welker and Alexander, and they call Kendrick Alexander for his first foul. So Homestead will inbound it. First foul of our second half. 5:30 on the clock, third quarter. 28-27 Spartans. Holding the ball on his hip, Kuhlman. Now he'll slowly dribble to the center circle. Throw high right to Weaver. Mason Weaver, 6'1 freshman. He's going to center the floor. He wants to run the point. Kuhlman, and again, away from the ball. What do we have? 3 seconds? No, it's a foul, an offensive foul. They called the foul on a screen away from the basketball by Braylon McNeese of Homestead. So with a 1 point lead, Homestead turns it over. Javon Irby is in for Southside. 5:13 remains, third quarter, 28-27 Homestead. Front court, Southside takes it to the left wing. Corner to Irby. Irby up top to Alexander. Alexander centering the circles, dribbling to the right, gets an angle, and throws top of the key to Sandoval. Looks down low, nothing there, so it's outside to Wallace. Quick snap pass down low. Timberlake Johnson in front of the rim, goes up and scores right over Mason Weaver. Southside back in front, 29-28. 4:43, the clock running. Here's Kuhlman. Big screen, a lot of contact, no whistle. Homestead rotates it around the horn. Now down low to Welker. Up top, extra pass into the corner to Kuhlman, and his three, no good. Rebound goes to Southside. And a foul in the backcourt. McNeese reached in on Corte Wallace. And that is going to be the second foul of the quarter on Homestead. It is the fourth foul on Braylon McNeese. It comes with 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter. Archers leading it by one with the basketball. 29-28. Mid-third quarter. Irby, left wing. Between the circles to Sandoval. Now in the left wing, Wallace. Throws up top. Alexander, little pump fake. Gives it to Sandoval in the corner. Irby, he drives, he kicks. Wallace open, left wing three. It rims all around, hangs on the iron, and then eventually comes off to Mac Welker. Homestead, front court. Up top, it goes to Immel. Welker wants it down low. They're trying to find a way to get it to it. Welker working hard in the low block. Outside, it goes to Immel, left wing, and he's picked up quickly by Wallace. Up top to Weaver, around the horn through Kuhlman. Now Welker on the outside, feeds down low to McNeese. And a pass deflected out of bounds. Stays Homestead ball with 3:31 to play, third quarter. 29-28 Southside, up by one. Javon Irby will sit down. Replaced by Vincent Wynn. Trying to conserve the foul situation on Irby. Right wing. Weaver, or actually it's Sky Dollins. Top of the key goes to Kuhlman. Dollins looked in the corner, not there. Kuhlman to Immel, left wing. Long skip pass over the top to Dollins. He throws between the circles to Immel, left wing Kuhlman. Southside stands up and cheering for their defense. There's no holes right now for Homestead. Right wing. Back up top. Here's Immel, crossover, kick out. Kuhlman steps in, gives a shot fake, a drive. He stumbled, and what do we have? Kuhlman stumbled, and then the foul was committed on Southside. It's going to be 2 free throws for Kuhlman, and he really got a break there. I think the fact he stumbled is how Southside ended up making contact, trying to block the shot. Could easily have been a travel before he got the shot up or got fouled, but instead Kuhlman will go to the line to shoot 2, and he could give the Spartans the lead. 2:45 remains third quarter. The lefty flips the first, and it's good. Kuhlman almost 80% on the season at the free throw line. Tied at 29, and he's got one more that could put the Spartans ahead. Been a tight game throughout. Spartans lead 30-29, 2 free throws for Jake Kuhlman. Now front court, Alexander. Up top, Sandoval, quick trigger 3, and he missed a short right, but an offensive rebound. Good hustle to the free ball by Javon Irby. 2.5 minutes left, third quarter. Southside down by 1. Irby drives to the baseline, throws across the court. Alexander, corner to Sandoval, another triple up, no good, and this one rebounded by Homestead. Immel gets it to Kuhlman. Southside trying to trap. Kuhlman dribbles through 2 defenders, now into the front court. Welker had trouble handling the pass, and when he grabs it, Timberlake Johnson caught his arm. And that's almost not getting your hand caught in the cookie jar. That's the cookie popping out of the jar and then quickly jumping back in when you go to try to grab it. Welker lost the handle on the pass, and it kind of bounced off his hands and hung in the air right in front of him. Timberlake Johnson went to go for the ball just as Welker reclaimed it, and it resulted in a forearm slap, and that's a foul, the second on Timberlake Johnson. Homestead the ball with a 1-point lead, 30-29. Weaver from the right wing. Hands it off to Immel. Outside the high post. Welker to Kuhlman. Back to Welker. Drives, spins, goes up and gets fouled. Mac Welker will go to the free throw line. Southside foul is on Vincent Wynn, the 6'1 junior. Welker on the season, 69% at the free throw line. 5 for 7 so far tonight. Minute 37 remains, quarter number 3. Welker makes it a 2-point Homestead lead, making the first free throw. 31-29. Welker, a 6'7 junior. Got a number of mid-majors at the D1 level. Taking a look at this young man as he sinks the second. 3-point lead for the Spartans. Last minute and a half. Third quarter. Irby outside the top of the key to Wallace. Wallace is going to drive to the elbow and then step back outside the arc. Timberlake Johnson will turn and uncontested shoot the 15-foot free throw jumper and miss it. Rebound Homestead. Spartans front court, goes to Welker, driving down the lane, and as he splits two short Southside defenders, Welker gets hacked, and he's going to go right back to the free throw line where he just made a pair. 7 for 9 in the game at the free throw line for Mac Welker. Could give them a multiple possession lead, 32-29, and is too strong on the first free throw. 1 minute, 13 seconds remains here in the third quarter. First semifinal of the night at Huntington North. Second free throw's up and good. It is a two-possession lead, 33-29, and it is 5 straight points scored by Sparty. Alexander from the top of the key sends it on the wing to Irby. Irby sends it left wing to Wallace. Now it's back to Irby near the corner. On the wing, Timberlake Johnson up top between the circles where Corte Wallace calls out a play. Irby comes off the screen left wing, doesn't shoot it. Instead, they go pick and roll game, and the bounce pass went right off the foot of a Spartan. And they call a kick on Ryder Immel. 44.5 seconds on the big scoreboard, the four-sided scoreboard hanging from midcourt. 33-29. It's Homestead with the advantage, and Southside to inbound. Irby looks for someone to break open. Throws it up top, gets it to Timberlake Johnson. Irby, left wing, corner to Wallace. Wallace up top to Morrow. Tavion Morrow from the left wing takes it baseline. He comes off the bench firing and hitting a mid-range 15-footer as he falls on the fade. Tavion Morrow, the 5'7 senior, makes it a 2-point game. Last 20 seconds of the third. Homestead with the ball. 33-31 Spartans. We're down to 11 seconds, and Kuhlman just inside half court. Kuhlman behind the back top of the key, spins to the right elbow. Outside it goes to Weaver. Up top it goes to Welker, and his three off to the right. Offensive rebound, put back Kuhlman at the horn. Nothing there. And that will end our third quarter of play. Well, it was even after one. It was Southside by a point at the half, and now it's Homestead by 2 as we head to our final 8 minutes next. 33-31, and it's the high school basketball game of the week presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. What a game to start our state tournament coverage here at the Class 4A sectional. Game 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point game as we start our fourth quarter. Homestead leads it 33-31. Southside is going to get the first possession of the fourth quarter. And the way this game has gone, don't be surprised if Southside ties it or takes the lead. It has been tight throughout. Morrow just hit a bucket, got the dribble outside the arc. Little left-right shake, pull up from the free throw line, and he missed that time. And an air ball goes out of bounds under the basket. It will give it to Homestead. Inbound. against full court pressure. It's a one-man press for Morrow, and now Southside wants to pick up at half court, and they do as Homestead crosses the timeline. 7.5 minutes remaining. Homestead 33, Southside 31. Homestead spacing the half court. Immel to the elbow to Kuhlman. Lobs down low. Welker goes up and lays it in. 35-31. Spartans by 4. Front court, Southside. Irby, top of the key. Left wing to Wallace. Wallace gives to Morrow. He'll give it up to Alexander. Alexander's going to drive. Pull it middle of the lane and hit a soft little 10-foot jumper. 35-33. We're under 7 minutes left here at Huntington North. Spartans front court. Welker, Immel, corner to Weaver. Cutting is Welker to the basket. Makes the catch, goes up for the shot, and there's body contact. Welker didn't get the bucket, but he will go to the line. The foul is on Tavion Morrow. Morrow picks up his first. Welker has spent a lot of tonight getting his mail 15 feet from the basket. 2 free throws. Short on the first.
Number 2, Joshua Sandoval.
Still 35-33, and now, regardless of this second free throw, it's still a one-possession game. Second one on the way. That's good, and it's 36-33. Homestead by 3 with 6:40 left. Irby brings it right wing. Up top, Sandoval. Left wing, Alexander. Alexander steps back, gives to Wallace. Wallace shot fake and a drive. He's going to split defenders and scoop it off the window. The 5'8" guard, Corte Wallace, finishes at the rim, and it's a one-point game, 36-35. Spartans with Immel on the dribble, left wing. Goes to McNeese, right wing to Kuhlman. He's cut off. Goes back outside and gives to McNeese. Braylon McNeese playing with 4 fouls. To Immel. Immel near this timeline. Goes left, goes right. Now gives to McNeese. Down low to Welker. Baseline spin and Welker. Oh, great spin move to get free from the left block and lay it in. 38-35. Spartans by 3. Alexander for the tie. Air ball didn't come close. Welker lost his balance going for the rebound, and the ball goes to Southside, and Javon Irby will lay it in. That air ball went to Welker. He went up, and when he grabbed it, he fell down. The ball went to Southside, and Irby alone for the layup to make it a one-point game, and we've got a timeout called. 5:28 remains, 38-37. Spartans by 1 over the Archers. This is the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Game number 1 of 2 here at Huntington North, and it's 38-37, a one-point lead for the Homestead Spartans. This game has been a tight one throughout. Nobody's had much of a lead. Homestead, the only one to get any kind of separation, but every time they do, it seems like Southside has the answer. Homestead has led most of the game time, but Southside tied it at the end of the first quarter, took the lead at the end of the second quarter, and right now it's a one-point game with 5:28 left. Southside sets up 1-3-1 zone pressure. Inbound backcourt to Homestead. Kuhlman, Welker, Immel. Back to Welker to Kuhlman. They got to get across the timeline. Kuhlman is trapped, and Chris Johnson, the old wise owl, jumped up, called timeout, and probably saved a 10-second count. Had to burn a timeout. Homestead taking their sweet time against the press, which as a coach you don't want to be rushed. But when they rotated it left to middle to right, Southside jumped the double team on Kuhlman, who hadn't come across the timeline, and he was in trouble. And Chris Johnson alertly called the timeout to save the turnover. 5:17. There's a reason you've won 466 games at Homestead and 545 overall in your coaching career. Chris Johnson, one of the best. Homestead with the ball. Just over 5 minutes remains in the game. Spartans with a 1-point lead. Top of the key, it's Kuhlman, left wing. McNeese back to Kuhlman. He throws on the right wing to Immel. Immel drives, stops at the logo. Now outside to McNeese. Weaver left wing, up top between the circles to Kuhlman. Southside coming out, pressuring man-to-man, looking for chances to double. Right wing open. Weaver, three, left it short. Rebound, offensive board, and there's a foul. And I believe that might be Sky Dollins who's in the game. No, it's McNeese. It is Braylon McNeese who went up and got the rebound. That's the second foul of the quarter on the Archers. Homestead yet to commit a fourth quarter foul. It's the fourth foul, though, on Vincent Wynn. Inbound Homestead, still a 1-point game. Immel from the H at midcourt, sends it left to Kuhlman. Kuhlman up top to Weaver. Now McNeese gives it to Kuhlman, 35 feet from the hoop. Kuhlman with the dribble, goes high post to Welker. Outside, Immel can't shoot. Up top, Kuhlman. Back on the right wing to Immel. Feeds the post. Welker. Up top, Immel. Immel seems a little gun shy. Now on the right wing, it's Weaver. Freshman picks up the dribble. Now they're going to double him. He'll throw it across the court, throw it away. Turnover for Homestead, 4:06 left, 1 point, Spartans lead.
Joshua Sandoval into the Archers lineup.
Southside pounced as soon as they saw Weaver pick up that dribble. They trapped him and forced a bad pass, and now Southside a chance to take the lead halfway through the fourth quarter. Alexander just right at the top of the key finds Corte Wallace. His three, no good. Offensive rebound to Timberlake Johnson, and he gets fouled by Welker. Timberlake Johnson just quick off his feet. Just a great athlete. That time he just sprung up for the ball higher and faster than Welker did. Southside inbounds. Down by 1. Here's Alexander at the elbow. Outside to Irby. Javon Irby will take it up top. Give to Sandoval, top of the key. Gives it off to Wallace. Wallace near the corner. Throws down low. Poked away from Timberlake Johnson. It goes to Welker, and the Spartans will take it on a turnover. Homestead, 3.5 minutes from advancing to a championship, but they only lead by 1. Weaver up top to McNeese. Braylon McNeese, a 6'6 sophomore. Right wing to Weaver. Baseline drive for Weaver. Now the skip, far corner, Immel, three. Too strong. Offensive rebound goes to Weaver. Up top to McNeese. Homestead the reset. Then a reach around. Poked away from McNeese, but they call the foul on Sandoval. It'll be out of bounds to Homestead. No free throws yet. That is only the third against the Archers with 3:04 left.
Spartans ball in the front court.
38-37. Homestead a 1-point lead. We've got 3 minutes remaining. Kuhlman on the dribble, center circle. Throws to the left to McNeese. Now to the right, parallel to the timeline, Weaver. High post, it goes to Immel. Immel will turn and face, dribble outside the arc, pick up the dribble. Cutting into the lane was Kuhlman. A no-look bounce pass to a cutter, but it's intercepted. Here comes Timberlake Johnson to the bucket. He missed the layup, and on the collision, we've got a foul. The officials talking on whether it's an offensive or defensive foul. And let's see the call. They still haven't made it. They're still talking about it. And let's see. Now we're going to have an official trot all the way over to the scorer's table. Just make a call. Nobody has made a call yet. A big collision on the drive to the basket by Timberlake Johnson. And they're talking to the alternate official. And now they say it's an offensive foul. Three officials on the court. Two officials couldn't make up their mind, and the third official they went to, not the one that's working the game, but the one who's the alternate sitting at the scorer's table. And after a lengthy discussion, they call it an offensive foul on a charge against Timberlake Johnson. Wow. Southside fans not happy with the call, but it has woken up the Green Flat Archers. Now the full court press. Homestead with the 1-point lead. 2.5 minutes left. Front court. McNeese to Welker. Welker kicks it baseline. Short jumper. It goes for Weaver from 15 feet left baseline. 40-37. 2:20. Clock is ticking away. Alexander from the left wing. Can't get past McNeese. Gives it to Sandoval. The three. No. Long rebound Alexander. He'll pump fake and go up and put it in right over Welker. We're back to a 1-point game, 40-39. And J.J. Foster takes the timeout with 2:06 on the clock. What a game between Homestead and Southside. With a timeout, we'll take a break. You're listening to high school basketball, the Class 4A Sectional Semi-Final, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Credit to the Southside Archers. They have maintained their composure despite a big call not going their way. Still kind of scratching my head how you can have a drive to the basket, a big collision, and it's either a charge or a block, and the officials on the court couldn't make their mind up. And so it went to the alternate official sitting at the scorer's table, and after about a 15-20 second discussion, they gave Homestead the basketball. But we've still got a 1-point game. Spartans 40, Southside 39, under 2 minutes left. Spartans front court. McNeese up top. Immel gives to Kuhlman. Kuhlman on the left side drive, kicking the corner to McNeese. He'll dribble up the arc, give to Immel at the center circle. Immel on the dribble, throws left to Kuhlman. We're down to a minute 36. Southside will put Homestead at the free throw line on the next foul. On the perimeter, Weaver. So if they've got a guy they want to put at the line, this is their chance. Minute 23, Weaver on the dribble, gives it up to Kuhlman. Down to minute 20, Kuhlman double teamed. Gives it on the wing. Weaver, high post Immel, up top to Kuhlman. Kuhlman, a 78% free throw shooter. Immel, 74. Here's Kuhlman on the drive and a reach-in foul. It's going to be free throws. The officials signaled on the floor, not out of bounds, but it will be free throws. He's still pointing out of bounds. It's free throws because it's the fifth foul. So with a minute 5 to play, Jake Kuhlman, a 78% free throw shooter, will look to add to the 1-point Homestead lead, 40-39. The first for the lefty. Good, nothing but net. 41-39. Kuhlman averages 12.6 points per game. 6'1" junior, left-handed shooter. For a 3-point lead, the free throw's on its way and good. 42-39, and a timeout called off the Homestead bench. Chris Johnson will talk to his Spartans. J.J. Foster will converse with his Southside Archers with 1:05 still remaining. 3-point lead for the Spartans, 42-39 on the Parkview Sports Medicine High School Basketball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 1 minute 5 seconds on the clock here at Huntington North, and it is Homestead leading it 42-39 over the Southside Archers. Southside will inbound the ball. In the backcourt, Southside 18-4 on the year. Homestead 17-6. What a ball game this has been. Alexander will bring it front court for the Archers. Alexander will drive, take it up off the window, got a bucket, and a quick one. 55.5 seconds, back to a one-point game, and another timeout is called, and it is going to be a full timeout. So we will go ahead and take another break. This one's going down to the finish, folks. Stay with us. It is Homestead by 1, 42-41 over the Southside Archers with 55.5 seconds left on the Parkview Sports Medicine High School Basketball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 55.5 seconds remaining in Game 1 of 2. It is Homestead leading at 42-41. And the Spartans will inbound in the backcourt against a full-court press. Southside looking to deny. They get the ball into Immel, right back to Welker to Immel. They're still 90 feet deep. Welker into the front court, snaps it to Weaver. Down low they go, and the reverse layup. What a shot! Weaver throws it up and put English on it and got it to spin in on the reverse layup. 44-41, 35 seconds. And J.J. Foster will take a timeout. Wow. That is one of those you probably as a coach would never want to see a player take. A freshman caught it on the left block, falling with his momentum forward, and as he went under the basket, he reached out and just spun it up off the glass, and it went high in the air, off the window, and dropped through. 44-41. 31.7 seconds. Southside doesn't need a three. Last time they came out of the timeout, they cleared out for Kendrick Alexander, who took it to the bucket, scored. Took the quick two. Homestead comes out of their huddle. Southside to inbound. Alexander looks for somebody to get open, and midcourt it's Wallace. Wallace a crossover, he drives, he got stripped, no call, and Homestead gets it, and Kuhlman is grabbed. 26 seconds, and it's going to be Homestead trying to make it a two-possession lead with Jake Kuhlman, a 78% free throw shooter, shooting two. 44-41. Wallace took it hard down the lane, and Homestead was able to converge, get a hand on the ball, and strip it away. Wallace's fourth foul. And they're cleaning up an area where Kuhlman went down right in the middle of the lane at the near end of the court. At the far end, you've got Jake Kuhlman at the free throw line. Left-handed shooter, a 6'1 junior, shooting two. And the first one is no good. It's still a one-possession game. This one to make it two-possession lead for Homestead. It's a big free throw. It's on its way, and he got it. 45-41. Timeout, Homestead. Full timeout called by Chris Johnson, so we will take our final 30-second break of the ball game. 45-41. Spartans up two possessions with 26 seconds left on the Parkview Sports Medicine High School Basketball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. We have 26 seconds remaining. It is 45-41. A 4-point lead for Homestead. Southside will inbound in the backcourt. The possession arrow favors Homestead. Javon Irby, front court, takes it left wing, and they're going to foul him. And Homestead, with only their second team foul of the quarter, they've still got a couple fouls to give. 22.6 seconds on the clock. Alexander will pull the trigger to Irby. Left corner three is an air ball. The rebound tip to Homestead. McNeese to Coleman. Lead pass front court. Weaver all alone. Weaver layup good with 13 seconds. Now the full court pass. Good over-the-shoulder catch by Wallace. And as he shoots a three, Welker rejects it. Now with 7.4. Chest bumps for the Homestead Spartans. They're feeling it, up by 6. We said early, a low-scoring game favored the Spartans. Now from the left wing, a three, blocked. The ball tipped outside, 1 second, and there's the Hornets. Homestead that's going to win this one. What a battle. 47-41 is the final. Homestead improves to 18-6. Southside season, a successful one under J.J. Foster with an SAC championship. They end their campaign 18-5. The Spartans are advancing to tomorrow night's championship game here at Huntington North. 7:30 tip. They'll play the winner of our second game between Wayne and Huntington North. What a great game. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we should have stats of game 1. And we'll start counting down toward game 2 between the Wayne Generals and the Huntington North Vikings. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.